If you have any problem, the mode of communication regarding the Hindi or English, then you can ask me, है ना, to
Yes,
continue
sir.
Okay, sir.
also with the Hindi. है ना? Okay. So Vishal Prajapati is also admitted in this meeting. So let me start. Okay, let me start. So first of all, I introduce myself. Myself Ankit Kumar Sharma, and I am from the Electrical Engineering Department of Electrical Engineering, UEM Jaipur. And in this semester, I will teach you the basic electrical engineering. The subject named as Basic Electrical Engineering, and the subject code is EEC 101. So I am an as an I am an electrical engineer. So I will teach you an electrical subject in this semester. So it's cover the sixth module. So I will present. I am presenting my screen, and then I will show the content which will be covered in the whole semester. So my screen is visible for all of you. My screen is visible for all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the name of subject is Basic Electrical Engineering, है ना? As you seen that the name of subject is Basic Electrical Engineering. So you can download it by the UEM Jaipur's website. So the Basic Electrical Engineering, and the subject code is EEC 001 and the 101. You can say. So there are six module. You can see here there are six module. Module 1. The module 1 consists of the DC circuit. Okay. How many are aware of the DC and AC, the direct current and alternating current? How many aware about the terms DC and AC? It's a healthy discussion. The forgot about
We are aware
the
of
this
it.
is a lecture. Huh?
We are aware of
Yes,
it,
sir.
sir.
Okay, है ना? So
Yes.
you already know about it, that the DC circuit and the AC circuit. Here DC stand for the direct current, and AC stand for the alternating current. So in the first module, DC circuit, we will cover the electrical element like RLC, and here R is stand for the resistor,
Register.
L is stand for the inductor, and C is stand for the capacitor.
Capacitor.
And capacitor. Okay. So and we will cover about the voltage and current sources, and the definition of the voltage and current, and we will also cover up the Kirchhoff current and voltage law, which is abbreviated like a KCL and KVL. KCL, Kirchhoff current law, and KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. So we will discuss about the Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage law, and their examples, and the practical situation we will solve by using the Kirchhoff current and Kirchhoff voltage law. Then we will discuss the different theorems in circuit theorem, the different DC theorems like superposition theorem, like DC, Thevenin and Norton theorems. And we will discuss and we will play with the combination of RL, RC. Here RL resistance and inductor combination. Here RC shows the resistor and capacitor combination. So module first include all of these, and in the module second, as named as AC circuit, the alternating current circuit. In the AC circuit, we will discuss about the sinusoidal waveform. The sinusoidal waveform. Just type it this waveform. Peak and RMS value. RMS stand for the root mean square. It stand for the root mean square. So the peak and RMS value, and their phasor representation, the phasor representation between the voltage and current, between the power and the voltage, between the power and the current. So real power, and about the reactive power, the what is the real power and what is the reactive power which is used in the electrical circuit, which is apparent power, and the definition of the apparent power. And here apparent power is a combination of real power and reactive power. And then we will discuss about the power factor. the factor which show and which indexing the power quality, which is called the power factor. Power factor decide the power quality in the circuit. In any circuit, power quality is decided by using a index which is called power factor, and the value of power factor always ranging from 0 to 1. So there are different combination of R, L, C, and RLC, RC, and RL. You can see here the R, L, C, and RLC, and RC, and the RLC combination, and the RLC combination is also. Others, kindly
Yes, sir.
mute your mic. Others, kindly mute your
Yes.
mic, please. There are so many noise here, है Others,
जी कर जी.
kindly mute your. Okay. Okay, thank you, beta. Thank you. So we will discuss about the only modules. We will discuss about only the modules that we will be covering the entire semester only. So in module 2 represent the combination of resistance and inductor, resistance and capacitor, resistance and inductor with the capacitor. So there are different combination between these all components of these are the electrical components. Between all these components, there are the different combinations. So we will discuss about the different combination and their analysis part in the module 2. And after that, in the module 3, you all know about the transformer. You heard about the terms transformer. है ना? The transformer, actually the transformer is a static device which transform the energy from one circuit to another circuit. है ना? The definition of transformer is what? Which transform the energy from one circuit to energy circuit, or you can say there are two windings hoti thi. There are the primary winding, and this is the secondary winding in the secondary side. So we apply the potential, we apply the power on the primary side, and this power is transferred to the secondary side. So it is called static device, which is it's not move like a motor is not a static device, but transformer is a static device, है ना, which is no, which is not having any moving parts in it. So we will teach about, we will talk about the transformer and their characteristics of transformer. There are two types of transformer. There are types of transformer like ideal transformer and like the practical transformer, which have been used here. So their equivalent circuit and the losses, different types of losses in the transformer, testing of the transformer, different types of the losses in the transformer, efficiency of the transformer, how to find out the efficiency of the transformer, how to find that the transformer, this transformer is how efficient, and this transformer is how efficient. So in the module 3, we will discuss about the all parameter regarding the transformer. And in the module 4, we will discuss about the electrical machines. Okay, electrical machines involves the transformer, electrical motors, electrical generators. Basically, there are three types of the electrical machines: transformer, motor, and generator. Transformer, motor, and generator. So we will discuss about in the module 4, we will discuss about the motors. We will discuss about the rotating parts of the motor, because motor and generator have the rotating parts in it, but the transformer doesn't have. In the electrical machine, motor and generator have the rotating parts, but transformer doesn't have the rotating part. So we will discuss about the electrical machines, their rotating part, their rotor, their stator, and motor, the types of the motor. There are certain types of the motor: induction motor, synchronous motor, such type of the motors. And then their constructional point of view, we will discuss about their constructional point of view, their working, the different types of their characteristics, which is related to these electrical machines. There is speed curve, there is starting curve, there is speed control, there braking, So we will discuss about the all analysis which is related to the electrical machines. And in the module 5, we will discuss about the power converter. The power converter, DC to DC converter, AC to DC converter, which convert the types of the power. That means if we want to convert AC into the DC, then we will use the converter. If we want to convert the DC into the AC, or vice versa, you can say vice versa, DC into AC and AC into DC, then in the both case we will use the converter circuit. We will use the converter circuit. So the in the module 5 we will discuss about the different types of the converter, their characteristics, and their mode of operation. And in the last module, the module 6, we will discuss about the electrical installation. Electrical installation means we will discuss about the different types of the fuses we have in our domestic supplies, fuses, MCB and MCCB, types of wire and cable used in the residential side, used in the commercial side, and also used in the industrial side, industrial and we will discuss about the different types of the batteries, and the characteristics of the battery is also discussed in the module 6. So the different the elementary calculation for the energy consumption and the power factor improvement and the battery backup is also discussed in the module 6. So this is your curriculum, this is your syllabus, which will be covered in the entire semester, and which will these are the contents which will be covered in the entire semester. So any query, if any question you want to ask about these modules, you can ask me. Any question here? Hello.
No, sir.
Hello. Okay. So uh, we will transfer to the so we will discuss about the basics of the electrical engineering. First of all, the subject is basic electrical engineering. You know about the subject, you know about the course, and then and now you know about the contents, and you know about the entire syllabus which will be covered in the whole semester. So you know all about the basic electrical engineering, about the content, about the curriculum, and about the code, about the name of the subject, about the teacher, है ना? The name of the teacher, you all know about it. So before starting the prerequisites, we have a video, the journey of electrical systems, the journey of electrical energy, the journey of electrical energy. So it's really beneficial for you, it's really beneficial for you. So kindly see this video. My screen is visible for you, the YouTube screen is visible for you or not, my dear?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay, so if any discrepancy with it, then you immediately contact with me. You immediately call me that, sir, there is no voice, there is no video. So can we start?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Can we start, dear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Is there audio?
No, sir.
Is, is there audio?
No, sir.
No, no, sir.
Play the video, then we will understand.
Okay, 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 okay. One second, dear. One second. I think audio. You hear the any audio here?
No, sir. Audio is not there in the video. No, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me see the. Okay, so the video will be played by me after some time. So before it, we will discuss about some interesting fact about the electrical and electronics engineering. So let me discuss about the interesting fact about the electrical and electronics engineering, because the subject is basic electrical engineering. So all of I'm agree with it that all of you are aware about it. So there is a small review. Uh, there is a small review. I will share my screen. Uh, so have you seen my screen?
Yes, sir.
My screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So it's not related to your course curriculum. It's not related to the your course, not related to the your curriculum, है ना? It's only prerequisites. It's only prerequisites, and it's the you can say it's a prerequisite, means it's necessary, it's mandatory before study the basic electrical engineering. So it's somehow it's a interesting fact we will cover in this slide. So it's a review part. It's a review part you can see here, and you all of you know that in the beginning, the electrical engineering field flourished in the beginning as an identical occupation during the latter half of the 19th century. And before the 19th century, before the latter part of the 19th century, the the little one, the little people, you can say the little amount of the people know about the electrical engineering and know about the electrical engineering field. So after the late 19th century, you can say the late 19th century, that means the after the 1950s, the late 19th century, that means 19 after the 1915, there are certain commercialization application of electrical engineering. There are certain commercialization application of electrical engineering. So in the 19th century, we used one second. We use the electrical engineering. We use the electrical engineering as an we use an electrical engineering as an as an electrical telegraph, as an in the application of telephone, or in the application of electrical power distribution. So in the late 19th century, before the 19th century, I think then negligible people know about the electrical field. The negligible people know about the electrical field, or you can say the know about the application part of electrical field. But in the post half of 19th century, or you can say the later half of the 19th century, uh, there are the many commercialization application of the electrical engineering field. So the among the many of the commercialization application, the three application are broadly was in the trend. That the electrical telegraph, electrical field is used as an electrical telegraph. In the telephone application, the electrical engineering field was used, or in the electrical power distribution, we was used the electrical engineering field. So but today's the scenario is quietly changed. अभी आप देख सकते हो कि आज का जो सिनेरियो है टोटली क्वाइट चेंज्ड. The today's scenario is quietly changed. So the following branches have emerged from the electrical engineering. The following branches have emerged from the electrical engineering. So which branches have been emerged? Like electronics, which have been emerged from the electrical engineering. Digital and analog electronics, you can say that digital computers. You can say the power plant engineering, the power plant, nuclear power plant. It's a study about the different types of the power plant, like a hydel power plant, nuclear power plant, thermal power plant, and different types of the power plant. So the power plant engineering, radio frequency engineering, RF engineering, that is stand for radio frequency engineering. Control system, in which we control the in which we learn about the apparatus, the controlling of the apparatus, different types of the apparatus and different types of the equipments which have been used in the power plant or such type of the industries and commercialization application. So control system is a study of controlling that the devices how the devices are controlling in the industrial approach, in the commercial approach, or in the residential approach also, in signal processing and the telecommunication. You all know about the mobile phones and something like that, pager, mobile phone, internet facility, and such type of that. So the signal processing and telecommunication is also emerged from the electrical engineering. So there is small difference. How many there are many of the students from the electrical branch, there are many of the students are from the electronics branch, there are many of the students are from the mechanical branch, and the some of the students are from the civil branch. So we distinguish here, we differentiate here the electrical and electronics engineer. So how we differentiate the electrical and electronics engineer here? So the electrical engineer, the first of all, the electrical engineer are usually concerned with the use of electricity to transmit electrical power. Okay, the electrical engineer only know about the one application to transmit the electricity power. The electrical engineer is always talking about to how to transmit and how to generate the power, how to transmit the power, and how to distribute the power among the supply means, and how to distribute the power among the users, different types of the user, like residential users, like commercial user, like industrial user. So electrical engineer is always concerned about the generation, transmission, and distribution of electrical power. Have you understand this point? Have you understand this point?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
if
sir.
we talking about, okay, if we talking about the electrical engineer and electronics engineer, then electrical engineer is always talking about and always concerned about the use of electricity, how to use this electricity, and how to generate this electricity, and how to transmit this electrical power. But if we talking about the electronics engineer, they are generally interested in using electricity for the purpose of processing information. You all know about that an electrical engineer uses a supply from 210 to certain kilowatt and megawatt power. Okay, but if you are an electronics engineer, then you can use power up to 24 volt only. इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर स्टार्ट करता है पावर को यूज करना 210 वोल्ट से लेके 400 वोल्ट, 700 वोल्ट एंड केवी, किलो वोल्ट लेके, है ना, किलो वोल्ट, 11 केवी, 33 केवी. And when we talking about the electronics engineer, then it's which is only concerned about the purpose of processing information, which is only concerned about the purpose of processing the information. So the electronics engineer uses the power supply up to 24 volt, only up to 24 volt, because the maximum application is operated up to 24 volt only in the electronics. But in the electrical, the power starts from the 210 volt and ending with the kilovolt and megawatt and certain applications. So there is a basic difference. If we talking about the electrical engineer, then he will concerned about the how to generate, how to transmit, and how to distribute the power among the suppliers and among the users, like the residential user, commercial user, and the industrial user. If we talking about the electronics engineer, then the electronics engineer is always interested, concerned about using the electricity for the processing the information, for the purpose of processing the information. okay, in the form of the information in maybe the analog information or maybe digital information. Analog information, you can say hello, we use the mobile phone, we all are if when we starting the talking with someone, then we say hello, hello. So okay, and this type of the analogs, but digital signal, this signal is start from my mobile to your mobile. So the system is encoded in form of 0 and 1. So it's called digital form. It's called digital signal, 0 1 0 1. So computer and such type of devices only understand the digital signal, 0 1 0 1 0 1, only digital signal. So some interesting fact about the electrical and electronics engineering. Okay, अब कोई पूछे मेरे से कि मैं इलेक्ट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियरिंग ही क्यों डिस्कस कर रहा हूं, बिकॉज माय सब्जेक्ट इज बेसिक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग. So I am concerned about the electrical and electronics engineering here. Okay, so some interesting fact about the triple E. The triple E means the electrical and electronics engineering. So some interesting fact about the triple E, that during these years, during the 1880s, the study of electricity was largely considered to be a subfield of physics. The many of the people know that the electricity is a part of physics. Up to 1880s, the many of the you can say the maximum public, yeah, the maximum gentry know about that. The maximum the people know about that, that electricity is a part of, is a subfield or the sub part of the physics. It's a part of physics. They consider that the electricity is a sub part of physics. But in the 1882, you can see in the 1882, in the Darmstadt University, in 1882, in the Darmstadt University, you can see here Darmstadt University, the first the Department of Electrical Engineering is founded in 1882 in the Darmstadt University. The Darmstadt University is started the first department as a name of electrical engineering in the 1882. In the 1882, till the 1880s, the many of the people know about that the electricity is a part of physics. सब लोग ये समझता था कि जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है, जो इलेक्ट्रिकल ब्रांच है, वो फिजिक्स का एक सब पार्ट है, सब पार्ट ऑफ द फिजिक्स. बट इन 1882, the Darmstadt University started a department as a name of electrical engineering in 1882. And finally, the MIT USA, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and the Cornell University started a bachelor degree in 1885 as a name of electrical engineering. So जो इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग की जो डिग्री स्टार्ट हुआ वो 1885 में हुआ, और किसने स्टार्ट किया? द MIT with in the collaboration with the Cornell University. They started the bachelor degree as a name of electrical engineering in 1885. Okay, so there are 400 of AAA. Okay, all of you know about the William Gilbert. Okay, you hear about you hear the name of William Gilbert? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, you heard about the William Gilbert? It's
Yes,
a
sir.
scientist. It's a
Yes,
scientist.
sir.
You
Yes,
can
sir.
say it's the first electrical engineer. See, these are the some interesting fact. बोर हो तो बोल देना, because it's a healthy discussion. It's not related to your curriculum. It's not related to your syllabus. It's only it's, you can say it's a warm up. It's a warm up before you starting your new phase. You're starting your
Yes.
new subject, basic electrical engineering. It's a warm up. It's a prerequisite. It's only interesting fact, or you can say it's only healthy discussion in this lecture. Okay, so William Gilbert is considered as a first electrical engineer. Some interesting facts are here, starting here. Okay, so the first electrical engineer, William Gilbert, which discovered the electromagnetic induction. which discovered the electromagnetic, the basic principle of electromagnetic induction, the basic principle. Okay, and he designed the versorium. Versorium is a device. Actually, क्या काम करता है versorium? Versorium is a device which detect the presence of static charges. Okay, what is charges? Anyone can tell me what is charges?
Charge is something that is
Others?
negative or positive.
Okay, charges may be the negative and positive, है ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you understand here the charges is what type of charges here?
These are static
है ना?
charges. that
Charges
don't
may be
move.
negative and
Charges
charges
are
may be
correct.
negative and positive. Basically, हाँ, charges basically the charges is a, you can say the charges is the matter's quality. You can say the it's a characteristics of the matter by attract the someone or repel the someone. Okay, it's a quality, it's a characteristics of the matter by which the matter attract or repel the someone. Okay, so it may be the positive charge and it may be the negative charge. So there are static charge, है ना? So he designed a device named as versorium. The versorium is name of the device which detect the presence of static charges. The William Gilbert is a scientist. The first point is about the William Gilbert is a scientist. Okay. The second point, the William Gilbert is a considered as an first electrical engineer. Okay. Third point. What is the third point?
He designed versorium, which detects the presence of static charges.
Okay. He designed versorium. Fourth point, the versorium is a device which detect the presence of charges. The presence of static charges. है ना?
Excuse me,
Which
sir.
detect the presence of static. Okay. Yes,
Sir,
yes,
how
yes,
does versorium work?
Actually, you can see here such type of arrow type of this structure, the arrow type of structure, and when it put it down in the electromagnetic field, then it moves around. Such type this type of moves around. It's only indicate that if it moves this direction, this moves this direction or this direction, then it only the symbolic representation that there is a charges, there may be there but it cannot distinguish that there may be a positive or there may be a negative charges. इसकी डायरेक्शन चेंज होती है जब इसको वर्सोरियम को हम लोग एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के बीच में प्लेस करते हैं. When placed between the magnetic field, then it changes its direction only. That means
Sir,
there is a charges.
yes sir.
Okay.
Sir, इसका रीजन ये है कि इसका मटेरियल कंपोजिशन की वजह से ये ऐसा बिहेव कर रहा है.
बिल्कुल 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 हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे चार्ज का अभी. बिल्कुल नेक्स्ट स्लाइड के अंदर हम लोग नेक्स्ट जो स्लाइड्स आएंगी अभी इसको ये कंप्लीट होने के बाद में नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स आएंगी, स्टार्ट होंगी, तब हम लोग अबाउट द चार्जेस, द डेफिनेशन ऑफ चार्जेस, द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ चार्जेस एंड द टाइप्स ऑफ चार्जेस, है ना. In the formation of charges, the plastic rod when rubbed by a fur. Okay, so such type of the formation of charges will which. Okay.
Yes sir.
Okay. So there is only interesting fact. We are only here discuss only interesting fact, not about their construction point of view. Here we will not discuss about their operation point of view. We are only discussing only the bullet point, only the interesting fact here. So the second scientist is Alessandro Volta. In 1775, he designed electrophorus. He designed a device, you can say a device, electrophorus, which produce static electric charge. My voice is audible to you or not? Hello?
Yes sir, audible.
Yes,
Sir, audible.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir,
in
audible.
1775, a scientist named 1775, a scientist named as Alessandro Volta, which designed the electrophorus, which produce static electric charge. Okay, this device only detect the static charge, and this device produce the static charge, static electric charge, plus minus plus minus. So electrophorus produce the static electric charge, and versorium only detect the static charge. It's only detect the presence of static charge by moving here and there. Okay, so it produce the static electric charge. Electrophorus produce the static electric charge. In 1800, he again designed other devices named as the voltaic pile. The name is voltaic pile, the forerunner of nowadays battery. Okay, तो voltaic pile के बारे में भी मैं भी डिस्कस करूंगा अभी एक. तो he designed the two devices, the one of electrophorus, which produce the static electric charge, and the second one is voltaic pile, which is a forerunner of nowadays battery. Actually, which you can say the basic of battery is voltaic pile, or you can say the motivation of designing the battery. Nowadays, the motivation of designing the battery is voltaic pile. So this is a diagram for the electrophorus. You can see here the formation of charge plus 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 in the one plate, and another plate minus 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 minus, and you can see the same plate plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus. So it produces the static electric charge. So it's called electrophorus. So he designed the two devices, electrophorus and voltaic pile. The electrophorus is used for the produce the static electric charge, and the voltaic pile is the same as the battery, which is used for storing the energy. Voltaic pile is same as the battery, which is used to store the energy, which is used to store the voltage. Okay, so a brief history about that. You can see here in 1800, voltaic pile developed by Alessandro Volta. Okay, that is a precursor to the battery, or you can say the motivation for the battery. And this diagram for voltaic pile. You can see here zinc, copper, the plates of the zinc and copper, and between the zinc and copper there are electrolyte, है ना? So there is a combination of zinc. There are many combination between the zinc and copper by using the electrolyte, or make a stack structure. So it's called the voltaic pile, and it store the energy. So it's like a battery. ये बैटरी की तरह होता था जो कि स्टोर करता था. It's a plus sign, it's a minus sign. तो जो अभी फिलहाल जो हम लोग बैटरी यूज करते हैं, nowadays we use the battery, you can say the motivation for the battery is start from here. This is the motivation for the battery. To design the battery, to manufacturing the battery is here. Okay. In 1831, you can see in 1831, Michael Faraday. Okay, what is the unit of volt? First of all, we discuss about what is the unit of voltage. Hello.
Sir,
Hello.
Volt.
Okay, so this unit comes from the name of this scientist, Alessandro Volta. Okay, so name of this scientist given the unit of voltage. Okay, unit of voltage. Okay, so the next one we are discussing about that, the 1831, the Michael Faraday discover electromagnetic induction. So a little idea given by the Gilbert, but the explanation and the mathematical modulation is given by the Michael Faraday, है ना? आप लोगों ने पढ़ा भी होगा द Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. The transformer is also work on Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday law, the transformer is also works on Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. Are you clear? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So 1831, Michael Faraday is the name of scientist which discovered the basic principle. You can say the mathematical modeling and the descriptive principle of the electromagnetic induction, and given the mathematical postulate for the same. Okay. And in the 1830s, 1873, in the 1873, electricity. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. In the
Sir, getting you.
1873, the electric. What are you saying?
So we are getting you.
Okay. Thank you very much, my dear. Thank you. So 1873, Electricity and Magnetism, published by James Maxwell. So James Maxwell is also a name of scientist which gives the theory of electromagnetism, or the theory of electromagnetism is understood by using these equations, and these equations is also known as Maxwell equations. These equations is also known as Maxwell equations. Okay. So in the further 1888, Heinrich Hertz. In the 1888, Heinrich Hertz, the name of scientist, transmit and receive the radio signal. The Heinrich Hertz make a spark gap transmitter. Actually, we can say that in 1888, the Heinrich Hertz make or design a spark gap transmitter which transmit or receive the radio signal by using it. Okay, which transmit and receive the radio signal. So the frequency, the unit of the frequency. Anyone can tell me the unit of frequency? Hertz. So
Hertz.
the unit of frequency comes from this name, Heinrich Hertz, who discovered the spark gap transmitter, which is used to transmit and receive the radio signal. And in 1941, Konrad Zuse introduced a first ever programmable computer, and Z3 computer. Name of the computer is Z3 computer, and the structure is like that. In 1947, invention of transistor takes place and is held, or you can say takes place. The transistor. This is a symbol of transistor, in which this is the emitter part. You can say it's emitter. It's a collector part, and it's a base part. So the transistor using the three terminal: emitter, collector, and the base, and which will be which have been invented in 1947. So in the 1958, the IC ना, सब लोग बोलते हैं कि आईसी है, आईसी लगी हुई है, आईसी जल गई है, आईसी बर्न हो गया है. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ प्रॉपर मीनिंग ऑफ द आईसी? The IC stand for the integrated circuit. Okay, the IC stand for the integrated circuit, which is developed by Jack Kilby. Okay, and the construction diagram, or you can say the PCB diagram of this is the PCB diagram, and or you can say the internal structure of the integrated circuit, and this is the pin diagram of the IC integrated circuit. In 1968, the first microprocessor is developed. Such type of microprocessor is developed in 1968. Okay. So now the field of study. The mainly in the electrical engineering field, we can see here the field of study is power. In the power, we studied about the creation, storage, and distribution of electricity. You can say In the power field, we study about the generation of the electricity, transmission of the electricity, and the distribution of the electricity. Okay, in the controlling part, we can the field of study is the control, and in the controlling part, design or dynamic systems, controllers for the system. The controllers is used for controlling the different applications, है ना? So to to control the different application, we use the controllers, है ना? So this branch is also called control system. Electronics and microelectronics. In this branch, design of the integrated circuit, microprocessor, etc. are working here, है ना? In the signal processing, the analysis of the signals, which type of the signal is best, AM, amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, है ना? So we learn about the different types of the modulation, different types of the signals, the losses in the signals, and the noise in the signals. So this branch is also called the signal processing. Okay, so these are the field of study. And telecommunication. So in the telecommunication, we learn about the design of the transmission system, voice, data, mobile network, such type of the networks, है ना, which will be discussed in the which can be discussed in the telecommunication. In the computer science, design, development of the computer systems, है ना. In the instrumentation, you can design the sensors, data acquisition equipment, such type of the controlling equipments in the instrumentation system. Okay, do you know about the ohms? George
Yes, sir.
Simon
Yes, sir.
Ohm.
Yes, sir.
कोई जानता है इनके बारे में कि who is Ohm? कौन था
जी
ये?
सर, जी सर.
Okay, कौन थे ये?
Sir, he invented the Ohm's
George
law.
Simon Ohm. And what was their contribution in the field of electrical engineering?
Sir, he invented the Ohm's law.
Anyone can tell me. It's a oh, good, very good, very good. Okay, so the Ohm's law is given by the George Simon Ohm. The Ohm's law is given by the George Simon Ohm. In 1827, he quantified the relation between electrical current and potential difference. Electrical current and potential difference between conductors leading to Ohm's law. Ohm's law क्या बताता है? Ohm's law is always saying about that I equals to V by R. Ohm's law is always intended that I equals to V by R. So you can say here then V equals to
IR.
IR. Sorry, V equals to IR. So Ohm's law is always given the relation between, देखो, relation between current, electric current and electric potential difference. You can see the electric potential and current. So this is a relation between V and I. So you can write V proportional I here. So Ohm's law always gives about a relation between electric current and potential difference between the conductor. So it gives only a relation between V and I. है ना? That's called Ohm's law. That's called Ohm's law. And Michael Faraday, you all know about it. Michael
Yes.
Faraday. So what was the main contribution given by the Michael Faraday? You all
Sir,
know
he-
about the
Of
what is the unit
electromagnetic
of capacitor?
induction.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
unit of capacitor. Unit of capacitor. Capacitance, sorry. Unit of capacitance is Farad.
Faraday.
Okay.
Farad.
he was-
Farad. Not a Faraday. Unit is Farad. And which is given as the name of Michael Faraday. The unit of resistance Ohm, which is given by as a name of scientist George Simon Ohm. So the unit of resistance R. The unit of resistance is always given by the name of Ohm. Okay. or the unit of capacitor is given by the name of Faraday. So it's a farad. It's a farad. F-A-R-A-D. Farad. The Michael Faraday the discoveries of Michael Faraday framed the foundation for electric motor. The main contribution is electric motor, and his main inventions are electromagnetic induction, diamagnetism, and electrolysis. Okay, so Nikola Tesla. So what is the main contribution is induction motor, alternating current, Tesla coil, neon lamp, remote control, wireless telegraphy is given by Nikola Tesla. These all are given by the Nikola Tesla. Okay. So the change occurred in the field of electricity. Okay. So then first of all, uh, we have the less time. Okay. You have any query regarding today's discussion, you can ask me, you can WhatsApp me, and you can ask me, you can WhatsApp me, and you can call me. है ना? I will give you my number on the comment box, and you have an you all have an IMCRP ID.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay. So you have you have your test from starting from the 12:25 to 12:30. Okay, so
Okay.
so you have the 5 minutes to attempt the test. Okay, so attempt the test as soon as possible. Kindly. So thank you very much. If you have any query, then you can stay with me in this meeting. Otherwise, you left the meeting and attempt the test as soon as possible. Kindly, as soon as possible.